On this episode of Is Your Food Faker Than You, we're gonna be taking an in-depth look at Taco Bell. Oh my god! Literally. We're gonna research all the weird ingredients and see what they actually are. We're gonna taste test a bunch of different menu items and see how they compare to the natural versions. And I got a microscope. So we're gonna take a real deep look into the actual food itself and see what the hell is going on. So stay tuned for this episode of Is Your Food Faker Than You? Play the intro. Welcome to my new series, Is Your Food Faker Than You? Y'all like my title? Because there's a lot of fake assholes out there. I just had to call them out. So as some of y'all know, recently I've been taking my health more seriously. I've been exercising, eating a lot better when I'm not taste testing things. And I've been really looking into what's in my food. Not just the fat, the sugars, all that stuff, but also the ingredients. There's some weird stuff in almost everything we eat nowadays, literally. So I thought it would be a fun idea to make a series out of it and look into different restaurants or brands of food and see what's actually in that food. This video is gonna have my usual taste tests in it, all that stuff, but it's gonna have a lot more than just that, so I'm so pumped. In this episode, I'm gonna be looking into Taco Bell's seasoned beef. We all wanna know what that is. Their steak, their chicken, their refried beans, sour cream, and guacamole. Now, before we start, let me just say a quick disclaimer. All the information in this video is alleged information. Most of the information I am using in this video is from TacoBell.com, like Taco Bell themselves, but I'm also gonna be Googling some things and going on Wikipedia, getting some information from them as well, and you just never know if any of the information could be false. So I'm just saying right now, all the information in this video is alleged. I would never try to hurt Taco Bell. It's actually one of my favorite foods ever. After this video, like even if there is processed stuff in it, I won't care. I'll still eat it because I love it that much. So yeah, I would never try to hurt them. I love them so much. This is just for fun. And I'm just literally seeing what's in my food. That's all I'm doing. I'm not exposing anybody, okay? By the way, if you guys want more content like this, please give this video a thumbs up so that I know that you do. And let me know in the comments your thoughts on this whole new series. I'm so pumped and I really hope that you guys like this episode. So let's get into it. The first item I wanted to look into was Taco Bell's guacamole. I love guacamole, but I've actually never liked Taco Bell's guacamole. Like, I love their food, but their guacamole, it's just never clicked with my taste buds, you know? To me, it's always had a very stretchy, gummy texture that just doesn't feel natural in my opinion. Guacamole should feel like mashed avocado, not frosting. So, first thing I did was I researched it. Okay guys, let's go on TacoBell.com. Okay, let's go to, I guess, menu. Oh, ingredient statements, here we go. Okay, so let's find the guacamole, G. The ingredients are avocado, normal, water, tomato, onion, jalapeno, salt, cilantro, lemon or lime juice. Everything sounds great. Ascorbic or erythorbic acid. Okay. Xanthan gum and sodium alginate. There are 3 ingredients that sound crazy. I don't know what they are. Let's Google each of them. So let's first look up erythorbic acid. Okay, let's go on the Wikipedia page. Erythorbic acid is a stereoisomer of absorbic acid. Okay, I don't understand what this means. Let me find a part that I understand. It is also used as a preservative in cured meats and frozen vegetables. So it's a preservative. Okay, next ingredient. Xanthan gum. Xanthan gum is a polysulfide with many industrial uses. It is an effective thickening agent and stabilizer to prevent ingredients from separating. Okay. It can be produced from simple sugars using a fermentation process, so it's fermented sugar. That's not that bad. I expected worse. One more weird ingredient that we're gonna look up is sodium alginate. Okay, all that's coming up is alginic acid. Alginic acid, also called algin, is a substance distributed widely in the cell walls of brown algae. That's interesting. You want some seaweed in your guac? I'm just speculating, but that might be what gives it its like gummy, stretchy texture. Okay, so everything else in the premium guacamole seems pretty natural. I expected some weirder stuff in it, honestly, because of the texture. Either way, I'm definitely gonna need to compare it to natural guacamole. So I found out what ingredients were actually in it, but now it's time for the taste test. Taco Bell's guacamole versus natural store-bought guacamole. Okay guys, so here I have Taco Bell's guacamole. It looks pretty decent, but it is kind of like sliding on the plate. It's like, and this is some holy guacamole from the store. This has no weird ingredients in it at all, I checked. The ingredients are Hass avocados, distilled vinegar, water, jalapeno peppers, salt, dehydrated onion, and granulated garlic. That's it. So this guacamole is pretty natural. It says no preservatives, so we stand. I'm gonna taste test both of them, and then I'm gonna get out my little microscope and take a very close look at both to see if they look different, if there's different like textures to them, because right now they already look different to me. This is very frosting texture and this is guacamole texture, you know? So let's first try Taco Bell's guacamole. Like I said before, it's pretty stretchy. See those like little peaks it makes? I don't think guacamole should make those peaks. It just doesn't feel right to me. Let's taste it. When you eat it by itself, you can really feel the texture. The flavor's honestly not bad at all, but the texture really does throw me off. It totally feels like a pudding or some kind of a cheese sauce. It just does not feel like guacamole at all. Also, I don't see any avocado blobs in this whatsoever, and the guacamole should have, oh wait, I do see one. I lied. I see one right here. There's a small little blob. It's very small, but it's there. Now let's try holy guacamole, the natural store-bought guacamole. There are giant chunks of avocado in it. That's a whole chunk right there. Let's taste it. That texture really does feel like homemade guacamole. Amazing flavor. The chunks of avocado really add to it. Sometimes additives and preservatives don't really show in items, like you can't really tell it's there. But with Taco Bell's guacamole, I think you can really tell. So I definitely prefer the all-natural version. But this is still decent if it's like maybe in a burrito and you can't really like taste it that much. Now it's time to get out my brand new little $20 microscope, which actually works. It shocked me. And I'm gonna take a closer look at both guacamoles. Okay guys, I see green. I don't know, wait, how do I focus this thing? How do I do it? Oh my god, okay, I see something. Oh, okay, so this is the holy guacamole. Ooh, okay. What is that? It looks like full-on phlegm. And this is the all-natural one, y'all. Okay, holy guacamole, damn. It looks like a booger up close. Oh my god. It's like there's caves and stuff. Like, who's in those caves? Nikocado avocado? We stand. Oh my god, there's a big cave. That's a butthole. So yes, it looks very wet and disgusting, honestly. So now let's take a look at Taco Bell's guacamole. Okay, oh wow, it looks very similar. So it looks like it has more ingredients. I think that's a piece of cilantro. And there's my Dixie plate. Honestly, it looks the exact same. I thought that there would be a big difference. There isn't. Wow, both look wet and gross. Oh my god, look at that little Grinch mountain. Okay, so close up, both of them look honestly the exact same. So there's nothing shocking there, but I'm excited to see the meats up close and personal. So then it was time to research the Gobble Gobble chicken, y'all. I love chicken. I'm a protein queen. Chicken titties are the only kind of titties that I like because I'm a big homosexual. So let's find out if Taco Bell's chicken is legit. Let's find chicken, y'all. Found it, fire grilled chicken. Okay, so it has a lot of ingredients for just being chicken. Okay, so we got chicken. So that's good to know there's actual chicken in it. Water, seasoning, and in the seasonings, it has modified tapioca starch, salt, spices, natural flavors, carrageenan, disodium inosinate, and guanylate, sugar, torula yeast, citric acid, maltodextrin, garlic powder, dextrose, and onion powder, and also sodium phosphates. So let's first look up sodium phosphates. Sodium phosphates is a generic term for a variety of salts of sodium and phosphate. Okay. I get it now. I don't understand any of that. Let's get to the good stuff. Sodium phosphates are often used as emulsifiers, such as in processed cheese, thickening agents, and leavening agents for baked goods. They are also used to control pH of processed foods. Okay, there we go. That's the answer. They control the pH. They are also used in medicine for constipation. Okay, so if you're constipated, y'all, get some Taco Bell chicken. Let's look up carrageenan. Carrageenans are a family of linear sulfated that are extracted from red edible seaweeds. They are widely used in the food industry for their gelling, thickening, and stabilizing properties. Their main application is in dairy and meat products due to their strong binding to food proteins. So it's basically a binder for the chicken to make it all hold together in there. Let's also look up disodium inosinate and guanylate. Disodium guanylate is produced from dry seaweed and is often added to instant noodles, potato chips, and other snacks, savory rice, tinned vegetables, cured meats, and packaged soup. So it's just an additive. Let's look up torula yeast, another ingredient in the chicken. Torula, in its inactive form, is widely used as a flavoring in processed foods and pet foods. Ooh. It is pasteurized and spray dried to produce a fine, light grayish brown powder with a slightly yeasty odor and gentle, slightly meaty taste. So torula is a flavor to make it taste meatier. Now let's look up maltodextrin, another fire-grilled chicken ingredient. Maltodextrin is a polyphenol that is used as a food additive and may be either moderately sweet or almost flavorless. So it's just an additive that has barely any flavor. It is commonly used for the production of soft drinks and candy. It can also be found as an ingredient in a variety of other processed foods. The crazy thing is, when you look at Taco Bell chicken, you just think it's chicken. But no, there's so many additives and so many different things in it. Whether you're fine with that or not fine with that, I just think it's good to know what's in your food. So here I have Taco Bell's chicken. And I also have some rotisserie chicken meat from the supermarket, just a plain rotisserie chicken. Just like before, I'm gonna taste test both and then take a closer look with my microscope. So I did ask for the fire grilled chicken, but Taco Bell gave me the shredded chicken instead. So very quickly, I am going to look up the ingredients list for the shredded chicken. The ingredients in the shredded chicken are chicken, water, salt, tomato powder, modified cornstarch, potato starch, paprika, onion powder, natural flavors including smoke flavor and spice extractives, garlic powder, citric acid, spices, safflower oil, sugar, disodium isononate and guanylate, vinegar, truly yeast, maltodextrin, modified food starch, rosemary extract, soybean and or canola oil. That's a lot of ingredients, damn. And it looks like completely normal chicken. Honestly, it does. It has a lot of the same additives and ingredients as the other meats at Taco Bell. So whatever, let's try both. Let's first try the plain rotisserie chicken from the store. So good. Tastes just like chicken. Like normal, cooked, plain, delicious chicken. Oh my god. No, have I told you that I love rotisserie chicken so much? Now let's try Taco Bell's shredded chicken. Honestly, the texture feels very real. It doesn't feel fake or anything. It honestly tastes good. If I didn't know this was Taco Bell, I would think it was just homemade chicken with like a sauce on it. It is a tiny bit tougher than this chicken though, but it's good, y'all. Like honestly, it does not really taste processed. Okay, so this is the chicken from the store. This is just a pure rotisserie chicken titty, and it looks, okay, that was kind of gross. Oh my god, that's disturbing. So this is what all natural chicken looks like. Okay, it doesn't look appetizing, but now we know what it should look like, so we will know what to look for when we see Taco Bell's chicken. Oh. Ew, what the hell is that? I think that's fat. That must be fat. Ew. Ah! Oh my god. Wait, that's a face. That's a face. Turn it sideways. That's a damn face. I cannot. Okay, so we know what natural chicken looks like. All the little fat pieces, everything. So now let's look at Taco Bell's. Okay, so it looks like they have bigger strings. Like, those are some thick chicken strings. You know what I mean? Like the shreds? Yeah, they have very big shreds. I don't know. what that means, but they look pretty similar besides the ginormous shreds. Like, those are fire. You can see some of that grease and sauce on it. Honestly, it looks delicious. Like, this is not a gross close-up. Like, I would eat this right now. That part looks a little gross. That looks a little like cauliflower or something. Oh, look at that. Looks like a tat. Looks like a titty. Man titty. Now it's time for some refried beans. Now, I love Taco Bell's refried beans. One of my go-to items is the pintos and cheese. It's like a little side that you can get. A lot of people don't know about it, but it's so good. It's refried beans, they're hot sauce, and tons of cheese melted on top. It's everything. But let's see how much of that flavor comes from natural realness or from additives. Let's check out the refried beans now. Okay, so the ingredients list is actually very small. We got pinto beans, soybean oil, and then a seasoning list, which is salt, sugar, spice, beet powder, okay, natural flavors, sunflower oil, maltodextrin, corn flour, trehalose, and modified cornstarch. Certified vegan, that's good. So we saw what maltodextrin was in the chicken section of this video. The only thing that sounds weird to me is trehalose. Also the fact that there's beet powder in it just sounds gross, but you don't taste it, so whatever. Trehalose. Trehalose is a sugar consisting of 2 molecules of glucose. Some bacteria, fungi, plants, and invertebrate animals synthesize it as a source of energy and to survive freezing or lack of water. So it's literally 2 molecules of sugar put together, I guess, and animals can survive on it. We love that. So Taco Bell's refried beans are really not super processed. They have maltodextrin and trehalose, but they have way less unnatural ingredients than some other items. So that's good. So here I have Taco Bell's refried beans. It's very soupy in texture. I don't see any like whole beans. I just see kind of like little crumbs of beans, but they smell so good. We love that. Now these are beans from the store. These are Old El Paso traditional refried beans. I checked the ingredients and they don't seem to have any weird ingredients at all. Cooked pinto beans, water, lard, which is like fat, which is gross, but it's lard, you know, salt, vinegar, onion powder, garlic powder, spice, and chili pepper. That's it. So these are pretty natural compared to Taco Bell's. Let's see which tastes better and then we will take a closer look. Let's first try the store-bought beans, and by the way, they are warm. I cooked them, so calm down. Thank you. Honestly, these beans feel like freshly mashed. The texture really feels like the inside of a bean. And there are still whole beans in it as well. I love it, tastes like good refried beans. Now let's try Taco Bell's. Like I said, very different texture, a lot less chunky. Let's try it. Honestly, I don't care if they're processed. They're so good. The texture just like kind of melts in your mouth. They are completely different from the store-bought ones and they do taste less fresh, but they have such good flavor. They're so delicious. I'm sorry, I love it. I love it. Just because I'm researching preservatives doesn't mean I'm disgusted by them. I still love them, girl. I just try not to eat them often anymore, but damn, those are good. Let's take a closer look with the microscope. Okay, so these are the store-bought refried beans. Okay, that's a whole bean right there. Oh my God, ew. Why does it look like that? I mean, it looks like mashed up beans, but everything close up just looks scary. What is that? Oh my God, that is horrifying. Oh my God, so many caverns. Oh my God. Look at that wall, that's a cliff. Wow. Look at that little pointy thing, oh my God. Okay, we've seen enough of this store-bought refried bean plate. Now let's check out Taco Bell's. They look nicer and smoother. They honestly look less gross. It's just a much more smoother surface. I feel like I'm discovering new planets. Like, it's so weird to see this stuff up close. It's just disgusting, I love it. Wow, okay, so these look pretty appetizing still. I'm like not disgusted. I think we stand Taco Bell's refried beans. Taste and look, everything. It's time for the steak. Now, I have never, ever liked Taco Bell's steak. It is my last choice in terms of meat at Taco Bell. I've just never liked it. It has the most fake feeling texture in my opinion, and the flavor just kind of tastes like, I don't want to say it, but it does taste kind of dog foody in my opinion. So let's see what's actually in it, girl. Okay guys, so it's called USDA Select Oh my God, it already gave me indigestion. USDA Select Marinated Grilled Steak. Okay, so we got beef. That's good. Water, seasoning, which is a huge list. I'll come back to that. Sodium phosphates. And then they're apparently in a sauce, which is water, and another list of seasonings. So let's start with the actual meat seasoning. We got modified potato starch, natural flavors, salt, brown sugar, dextrose, carrageenan. Both of those were in the chicken as well, I think. Dried beef stock, cocoa powder. Wow, we got some chocolatey steak, y'all. Onion powder, disodium inosinate and guanylate, just like the chicken. Tomato powder, corn syrup solids. What is that? What is a corn syrup solid? Maltodextrin again, garlic powder, spice, citric acid, and lemon juice powder. That's just in the actual steak itself. So many ingredients when they could literally just spend a little more coin, maybe charge a little more and get actual steak. Now the sauce seasonings are natural flavors, dextrose, again, so much damn dextrose, brown sugar, salt, dried beef stock, onion powder, tomato powder, corn syrup solids again, maltodextrin again, disodium inosinate and guanylate again, garlic powder, spices, more cocoa powder, citric acid, and lemon juice powder. So it is kind of odd to me that the actual steak and the sauce have very similar seasoning lists. Let's Google what corn syrup solids are because they are in the steak and the sauce. I didn't know corn syrup could be a solid. Okay, so I'm on livestrong.com and I'm seeing what corn syrup solids are because I couldn't find it on Wikipedia. Corn syrup is 100% glucose, the smallest form of sugar. To make corn syrup solids, food manufacturers dehydrate the syrup until it's only 10% water. They use the dried product in powdered coffee creamers, drink mixes, and baby formula. Okay, so it's basically just like dried up corn syrup. Like I said before, we already Googled most of these additives already, so we know what they are, but damn, this is a long list of ingredients. Steak should not have this many ingredients and additives in it. It just shouldn't. So here I have Taco Bell steak. I got it in a taco and then I just kind of like took the steak out. It's not the prettiest meat in the world, honestly. Now, I did make a steak homemade. I got me a little piece of cow from the supermarket and I just grilled it up with some salt and pepper and then I sliced it and it looks actually really good. It looks like Chipotle or something. Like I slayed it. Let's first try the all natural steak. I could have added more seasoning, but what can I say? I'm a white ass bitch. Just kidding, I'm half Cuban. Tastes legit, tastes natural, tastes real. Now let's try a piece of Taco Bell steak. Some of them look a little scary, like some of the pieces do. I wanna pick like the least scary one. I'm just gonna grab this one in. Oh, and taste it. So, hi, don't bark. Hey, hey, stop it. Hey, Regina. So it's not chewy at all. It's actually very tender. It kind of falls apart in your mouth, which is nice. But the flavor reminds me a lot of like, you know, like canned beef stew. The beef in that, that's kind of how this tastes in my opinion. So it's not great. When it's by itself, you can like really taste it. In a taco though, it isn't that bad because it has other things with it. But yeah, I'm just not a fan of that flavor or of my steak's flavor, but at least my steak tasted real, you know? So let's take a closer look, y'all. Okay, so let's first take a look at my homemade steak, which I grilled myself because I'm a man. Okay, wow. I wanna find like the inside of it. Oh, ooh, okay, it looks kind of good. It looks like pulled pork. Wow, ooh. That is so gross, but it does look like real meat, you know? Ew, that's like a line of fat right there. Now let's see Taco Bell steak. I'm scared. Oh, wow. Okay, so I do see like actual steak, kind of, with a lot of fat in it. That is disgusting. But it does look like meat, it does. It doesn't look like ground up meat that's formed back into steak. Ew, what is that? This is an ugly one. What in the hell? What in the hell? This one looks like a beef jerky, kind of. Wow, okay. Ew. This one, okay, wait. I don't know. I don't know if I like it or not. Oh. So it looks like steak. It just looks like low quality steak, honestly. I'm not as grossed out as I thought I would be, honestly. Then I moved on to sour cream. I do like Taco Bell sour cream, but I feel like when you have a big mouthful of it, it tastes kind of different than real sour cream. It has its own thing going on. So I'm curious to see what it actually is. Let's see the sour cream, y'all. Reduced fat sour cream. So their sour cream is literally low fat. That's great. Maybe that's why it doesn't taste like full on like sour cream, right? I don't know. The ingredients are milk, cream, modified cornstarch, lactic acid, maltodextrin, citric acid, sodium phosphate, natural flavor, cellulose gel, potassium sorbate, cellulose gum, guar gum, locust bean gum, carrageenan, and vitamin A. What is locust bean gum? We need to look this up right now. Locust bean gum is a thickening agent used in food technology. It's extracted from the seeds of the carob tree. The seeds contained within long pods that grow on the tree are used to make this gum. Okay, I was scared when it said locust. I was like, what? But thankfully, it is just a seed, I think. By the way, it is also used in cosmetics and to enhance the flavor of cigarettes. Shoe polish and insecticides also have locust bean gum powder as an additive. I mean, at least it's versatile, like it can be in food and in your shoe polish. I'm curious to see if these ingredients are also in the store-bought version of reduced fat sour cream. So, I couldn't get the sour cream from Taco Bell by itself. There was no option to do that. And so I thought to myself, I was like, which item has the most sour cream on it? The cheesy fiesta potatoes. They have a nice big blob on them. So that's what I got. I'm just gonna taste the sour cream from it. I'm not gonna mix in the cheese or anything like that. Now for the store-bought version, I got Daisy's light 50% less fat sour cream. The ingredients shook me. Literally, it's just cultured cream, skim milk, and vitamin A palmitate. That's it. That's all the ingredients that are in this. That's crazy, right? And Taco Bell's sour cream has like tons of ingredients. So let's taste test both of them. Let's first try the Daisy light sour cream. I love sour cream, guys. I could eat it by the spoonful. That honestly tastes like full fat. That tastes delicious, natural. That is just perfect sour cream to me. It's so good. Now let's try Taco Bell's sour cream. I got it right here. Okay, it's good, but if you ate it by itself, you would also see that it doesn't taste like sour cream. At least in my opinion, it does not at all. It tastes like a sauce with a little bit of tartness, but it does not taste like sour cream. Let's take a closer look at both sour creams. Let's first take a look at the store-bought brand. Ooh, there's a hole right there, okay. It looks like half melted ice cream, honestly. It looks good, honestly. It doesn't look gross. Looks kind of delicious. Now let's look at Taco Bell's. It definitely looks softer and lighter than the store-bought version. Oh wow, it's very pretty. And it blends with the cheese very nicely. Gorgeous, I actually love it. So pretty to look at. I know the sour cream wasn't that interesting, but next up is seasoned beef. So we're about to get an eye full. Last but not least, we're gonna take a look at the mamacita of Taco Bell, the seasoned beef. I love it. I've always loved it. I prefer it over Taco Bell's chicken, Taco Bell steak, everything. It is so delicious. I know that a lot of people hate it, but it's so delicious and so flavorful. I'm just kind of scared to find out what's actually in it because I don't want my delicious bubble to be burst, you know? So let's check it out, y'all. Seasoned beef, my favorite thing at Taco Bell. So delicious. I'm not being sarcastic. I could live on it. So it's beef, water, seasonings, which include cellulose, chili pepper, ooh, maltodextrin, salt, oats. Wow, there's oats in it. I guess to like bulk it up. Okay. Soy lecithin, spices, tomato powder, sugar, onion powder, citric acid, natural flavors, including smoke flavor. torula yeast, cocoa, again, disodium inosinate and guanylate, dextrose, lactic acid, modified cornstarch, salt, and sodium phosphates. So I think this is the first of the Taco Bell meats that includes soy, I think. And it's very interesting that there's oats in it. I mean, I guess that's kind of normal and natural because oats are good for you. And, you know, people put them into meatloafs sometimes to bulk them up, things like that. But it's just odd to think, there's oats in my beef. Is this an oat taco? All the additives and everything we have looked up with past meats, so I'm not gonna look them up again, but this is a long list of ingredients once again, when they could just use ground beef. I know this probably makes it cheaper, but it's just a lot of things added to it. It's crazy. So here I have Taco Bell's seasoned beef. I got 2 tacos and I asked them to not put any cheese or lettuce, so it was just meat in the taco. And I just took the meat right out of them. I have full on Taco Bell meat right here, y'all, a whole plate of it. Now this is ground beef that I cooked on the stove, 100% cow. And I got this taco seasoning mix. It was the only one that I could find that did not have any weird ingredients in it. It's called McCormick Organics Taco Seasoning Mix. And it's literally just organic chili pepper, organic paprika, organic oregano, organic cumin, organic onion, salt, organic garlic, organic evaporated cane syrup, and citric acid. So this is like basically all natural, I think, right? Now, y'all, I tried to crush my meat as much as I could to make it as fine as I could, like very small crumbs. I could not get it to the Taco Bell level of paste. This is like legit paste. Let's first try my homemade natural beef. I'm not a huge fan of cooking beef. I don't know why. I feel like it never tastes that good. I'm more of a ground turkey, ground chicken type of person. But this is pretty good. The seasoning actually tastes great. The texture is crumbly, like ground beef, you know? Now let's try Taco Bell's meat. Listen, I know this is a investigation series, but I'm so slayed by this. I love Taco Bell's meat. Even if it has preservatives on cheat days, I will always go straight for Taco Bell meat. It's so good. There's something about the flavor, like nothing else tastes like it. It's so unique, it's so delicious. And yes, it has some weird ingredients according to their website, but I still love it. I like it way more than the homemade one, honestly. So let's take a closer look at both of them with the microscope. Okay, so here is my homemade store-bought seasoned beef. Let's take a closer look. Wow. Oh my God. Wow, that is so scary. The little red things from the seasoning packet. Oh my God. Oh. Wow. This is a full-on dead cow, y'all. Like, I cannot. Moo! I hear it! What is that? Is that like a pepper? What is that? This just looks also juicy. It's too juicy. Okay, let's check out Taco Bell's seasoned beef now. Okay, it looks pretty similar. It looks a lot more saucy. Honestly though, it kind of looks delicious still, like, I'm not gonna lie. I love how it's kind of like a paste, you know? Like Taco Bell's meat is honestly like a meaty paste. And that's what we love about it. Okay, wow, I've seen enough. So before we go, let's take a quick look at some of the nutritional facts on some very popular Taco Bell items. How many calories they have, how much fat they have in them, sugar, carbs, everything. Let's examine this so that we can find some healthier options to eat at Taco Bell. We can still enjoy eating out at most places. We just have to choose correctly so that we feel good about ourselves and feel healthy. God, I'm such a fitness channel now. I'm just kidding. Next video, I'm gonna probably taste the whole Pizza Hut menu. Let's take a look at the facts. It's time for calories. Let's take a look at this breakfast menu. The breakfast crunch wrap with bacon is 660 calories, 42 grams of fat, 1,280 milligrams of sodium. Are you kidding me? 51 grams of carbs and 3 grams of sugar. Honestly, if I was having a breakfast crunch wrap, I would need more food than just that. So this would just be part of my meal. Now, this could be a better breakfast option. The breakfast soft taco with bacon is 230 calories, a lot less, 14 grams of fat, literally so much less, 560 sodium, 15 carbs. These breakfast tacos really are the better option if you're watching your health, you know? Let's move on to their main food, get out of this breakfast section. Burritos, let's check out a few of them. The bean burrito is 380 calories, 11 grams of fat, 1,060 milligrams of sodium, 55 carbs. So it is a lower calorie option, not the lowest sodium option, but at least out of most of the burritos, it looks like one of the lowest. The burrito supremes have like around the same calories as well, which is good. But everything has so much sodium, it's crazy. Let's check out the XXL grilled stuffed burrito, which I used to get all the time. It's actually not the best burrito. It's a bit bland, but it's just so big. And I used to eat the world, so I would always get that. It's 870 calories, 40 grams of fat, 2,140 milligrams of sodium. That is so much sodium. And I would get the XXL grilled stuffed burrito plus something else. That is insane. I would say that some of the best burrito options, if you like really want one, is the bean burrito, the black bean burrito, also the Chipotle chicken loaded griller maybe. That looks like it's a lot less calories and sodium than everything else. Now guys, do yourself a favor and try to avoid the freezes because the sugar is insane. 49 grams of sugar, 60 grams of sugar, 51, 64, 43, 54. And that's not even a meal, that's just adding that onto your meal. I would just avoid that. Now, this is their fresco menu, which is apparently the more natural, kind of healthier menu. Now, yes, the calories are lower, which is great, but the sodium in the burritos are still over 1,000. That would bloat me like a damn balloon. Now, their tacos are a bit lower, 140 calories, 160 calories. Sodium's 300, 480, but that's just a little taco. So 480 for one little taco, I would need at least 3 tacos. Let's quickly check out some of their specialties. I have always loved the Nacho Bel Grande so much. It's just one of my favorite things in the world. It's so delicious. The calories on that are 750. Fat is 38 grams. Sodium 1,300. So it isn't the worst thing there, but it's definitely not the best either. So I just found a pretty decent option. The spicy tostada is only 210 calories, 10 grams of fat, 440 sodium, 22 carbs, 2 grams of sugar. It isn't the best thing, but it's definitely a lower calorie, pretty decent option. Another great option actually is their seasoned rice. If you want like a side, get this. 120 calories, only 2 grams of fat, 190 milligrams of sodium, 23 grams of carbs, and 0 grams of sugar. So that's a very good side, honestly. Also, the black beans as a side is only 80 calories. That is so low. 1.5 grams of fat, 200 milligrams of sodium, 12 carbs, and 0 grams of sugar. So black beans and the seasoned rice, girl, those are some great healthier sides that you can get. We love that. We have finally made it to the taco menu. Their main crunchy taco is only 170 calories, 9 grams of fat, 310 milligrams of sodium, 13 carbs, and less than a gram of sugar. So the plain crunchy taco is actually a pretty good option, guys. You could get like 2 or 3 of them and it won't be like an overload of fatteningness, you know? We looked through a lot of those calories and there are some good options. There's a lot of bad ones, but there's a lot of good options too. So when you go there and you're just like trying to do your best and be healthy, get some crunchy tacos, get some rice, get some beans, you know? More of the natural things compared to something like an XXL grilled stuffed burrito, which is just massive. If you guys watched this whole thing, thank you so much for supporting the first episode of my new series. I'm so excited about it. This was so much fun to make and I feel like I honestly learned so much and now I kind of know what to avoid at Taco Bell and what to get. If you like this video, let me know in the comments and give it a thumbs up. If you want more things like this, I could examine another restaurant or another brand. Once again, all the information in this video is alleged. I am not a food expert and I love Taco Bell so much. I'm glad that I found some healthy items. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video. I love you so much. Ooh.